Yep. And sticking with international tournaments, the Concacaf Nations League, in the context of Trinidad and Tobago, the draw has been made. Trinidad has been drawn with Honduras and Martinique.
Yeah.
Those games are set to begin in September. The whole basis of the Concacaf Nations League is to turn meaningless friendlies into competitive games and help overall development. What are your initial thoughts on the draw and the tournament itself?
I like the idea of the tournament itself, and of course we at ESPN we had the European version of the Nations League. I thought it was a huge success for them. I thought the bigger benefit in these nation leagues, as you see them around the world, would be for some of the smaller countries like Trinidad and Tobago, because as you mentioned before, it's so hard to source meaningful friendlies against decent opposition. In this group, Honduras and Martinique, I expect Trinidad and Tobago to top that group. But then, kind of given our own inconsistencies over the last few years, Honduras and Martinique probably come into this and think this is as good a time as any to be playing up against the Trinidad and Tobago national team. But again, given the progress, given some of the talents that we've seen, given some of the lessons I hope we learn over the coming months in playing some of these friendlies against top opposition, given the as I said, steep learning curve of the Gold Cup, I hope we can take those lessons into the Nations League and what it has to offer. I feel just purely pound for pound, talent for talent, we've got the beating of the two countries, Honduras and Martinique, who we've been drawn against.
Yep, because we've had a pretty tough record against them in the qualifiers, particularly with Honduras and Martinique. They are no pushovers, and it essentially, in the context of the Caribbean region, it is raising the standard for all the teams. So it really benefits a lot of the smaller teams, which is exciting for nations like us, and also the smaller, quote-unquote smaller nations that people, normally would not give a second look. And it's probably exciting that they now have a competitive competition to look forward to, and not just from the perspective of Trinidad and Tobago.
Yeah, absolutely. And that will always be the challenge for the smaller countries. How do you get meaningful opposition? How do you get games that will test you and will matter? Far too often you just find yourself in the Caribbean countries just playing against each other, and I think that only grows the game to a certain point. Now you have a more diverse opponents to call on and to go to. The games mean something. That's how you move football forward.
And of course, before we move on to our next topic, we'd like to say a special thank you to Raw Fitness for accommodating us today on this wonderful episode of EXTV Live. It is one of the most progressive gyms in Trinidad and Tobago with their indoor facility, which we have played before. You can check out the videos of that with me and some former national players in the link in the description below. Just a reminder, everyone, for more episodes with Shaka Hislop, be sure to head over to our YouTube channel. Also, don't forget to subscribe for more updates, interviews, and content.